Lord have mercy. What's up, YouTube? Welcome to another episode of the Wiley Show. I am your host. What's up? What's up? What's up? Can y'all hear me? Y'all can hear me good. What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Wiley Show. I am your host, and we're back with an exclusive video. All right. I want to first say that, man, it's been a lot going on out here in the media today. Or last night. How are y'all doing? I want to say congratulations to Usher for he's having a baby with his girlfriend. So congratulations to him. I wish him nothing but the best. And he got him a baby. You know, at 50-some years old, he's still slinging that pain and getting women pregnant. But I'm so glad that he's yet bringing it in there, okay? So I'm happy for that. That was going on last night. Also, I want to talk about this really quickly. Mariah Carey said Ellen made her extremely uncomfortable after pregnancy was outed while visiting the DeGeneres show. Now, y'all already know the Ellen show got a lot of beef going on with this show. They're talking about Ellen not being a good host, that the producers are aggressive, and that's half of the producing staff, executive producing staff have been fired because it had been a toxic working relationship. Now, this is according to the Shade Room. They were pretty much talking about the allegations, about the hostile thing, and now Mariah Carey told Variety, and she reflected on her 2008 visit, and she said that while the MC stated that she felt extremely uncomfortable after being put in a position to ultimately admit that she was pregnant. During that episode, Ellen challenged the singer to confirm or deny the pregnancy rumor by drinking or not a glass of champagne. At first, Mariah attempted to laugh it off and said this is peer pressure, but Ella insisted that she had the glass of champagne anyway. When Carrie faked like she was taking a sip, the host shouted, "You're pregnant." So all of this is going on. I just really feel for Ellen. I don't know what powerful person in the industry have she pissed off, but she's yet going through it in this industry because she got a lot of stuff going through in this. I don't know who she pissed off, but they are coming after Ellen DeGeneres. They are definitely coming after this sister, and they're not holding no punches when it comes to addressing her, and they're doing it public. Not even Oprah Winfrey had this much controversy when she was running her show. Even if it was like rumors, listen, you didn't really hear about it because it was on a hush hush. But with Ellen, they feel like it's comfortable to address her. Now, I want to get into the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, the 30th anniversary reunion special coming to HBO Max, and I'm super excited for this. Right, this Thanksgiving they're shooting an episode, a reunion special. Now, you already know Uncle Phil, he's gone, and you know the dark skin Viv, she will not be invited. We was reading all the groups. No, she won't. The light-skinned one will be coming. The dark-skinned one is still holding on to a grudge. And, you know, the guy that played the butler, he pretty much said that, you know, the dark-skinned Viv, she took it too far. She should have, you know, learned how to negotiate in so many words that, you know, she just took it too far and that she had to understand that this is a Will Smith show. And so she won't be attending that. So best believe after this show airs, and it come out that you will probably see the dark skin unveiled dragging Will Smith 30 plus years later because she's still pressed. And that's what I didn't want for Monique. So I'm kind of glad Monique is like suing and, and moving on with her life and still got acting, still got comedy special. Because I did not want her to be that the dark skin unveiled, complaining decade after decade, decade after decade. That I definitely did not want to see that for her. All right, so I want to get into this last celebrity guy, then I'm gonna get into the mess. I'm gonna get into the mess, but let me get into Niecy Nash. She said that recently. She said, "Is you gonna turn the alarm thing off?" Thank you. Niecy Nash, she's getting married. Well, she got married to a woman. Now, with this being said, she got divorced back in March, and I had did a little research. I'm like, okay, because I read up on that story. She got divorced up in March with her husband because her husband felt like ever since she got claws, he was throwing like he got really jealous, and he wasn't really good to be with. And so they was like, then she was like, okay, no, we're good as friends instead of as a married couple. Fast forward, it comes out on her page and also the photography page that she is married again, and this time she's married with a woman. That really have to do something with that really have to do something with your manhood, with your ego. When you get divorced and your woman go and get a woman, that have to do something. I don't know how I would react as a man if my wife leave me or divorce me and she get with another woman. Something right in there. I don't know what the guy was doing to her. I don't know if he was verbally abusive or what. But whatever it is, Niecy said, I'm done with men and I want a woman. Now, I find it quite strange that after the divorce, now you finally, months later, and within this same year, you're married to a woman. So were you humping that woman or letting her lick you or you lick her when you were married? Is there something with that? Something strange with that. I want to know, were you doing it when you were married? And that's something that I definitely would like to know. Were you doing it and get it in? Because when I looked at that situation, I'm like, I think they were actually getting it in when they were married. Now, the same thing happened to Larry Reid. Everybody talking about Larry Reid. He in the closet, he come out the closet, and he went on somebody's show. I remember he went on the Armon Wiggins show. And he said, well, when we divorced, my wife got with another woman and she's with a woman right now. So what does that tell you? I'm like, that could just tell me that both of y'all is this way and y'all both was each other's beard and got married because y'all was in the church and have children. That's what I can assume. But if you say you straight, then I have no choice but to believe that you're a straight man. But your wife, she love to lick and lap with another woman, put her equipment in, and all that type of stuff. But go right ahead. First lady said, I don't want no more pee. I want me some punani and spray down there, the Prangia stuff, and just get it in. I'm happy for her. Because don't be with somebody that you know you can be happy with. So if it's with the same gender, be with the same gender. It is what it is. Whew. So let's get into the Verzus battle. Okay, I watched it last night, and Brandy to me need a stylist. And I say this, and I love Brandy, but Brandy is not the best dresser. I personally believe Brandy dressed herself, and she thought she was good. She thought she looked good. Her braids were good. Her makeup was good. But baby, Brandy need a stylist. Because when you look at Monica last night, Monica was good. The boots, the hat, look like she ready to just take over the world. A very, very up-to-date style. Brandy had on a jacket, looked like she put it in a washing machine with bleach and with different art stuff, with different fabric, and say, you know what, this is artistic. It looked like she sold that jacket, said, this is artistic, this is what I'm gonna go. And I think she's just in her art mode, and whatever it is what it is. She went on and dressed. And Monica was like up to date, her style was like up to date with it. So I was there, and then this is the thing though, y'all. They started out. They were singing. Kamala Harris showed up. I was a little bit disappointed because I'm like, Kamala Harris, what are you here for? You never quoted a Brandy song. You never quoted a Monica song. But you here for voting, and it was kind of like sponsored with Michelle Obama, political group that she got for increasing people to go out and vote. So I wasn't as bad because it's Kamala Harris. I voted. I'm going to vote for Kamala Harris just because she's a black woman, and I wanted a black woman in the White House. So I wasn't mad. Then I see Joe Biden. He posted a hate emoji. Now I know doggone well, Joe Biden, you ain't listening to no baby, baby, baby. I know doggone well, Joe Biden, you ain't listening to I Want to Be Down. Because when Brandy was out with her music, you was writing the 1994 crime bill and help lock up black folks. I'm just saying, I don't want to press the gas because a lot of folks just gonna vote for you because they tired of Trump. But when Brandy was out, you was actually writing the 1994 crime bill that Bill Clinton signed into law that helped usher in higher incarceration rates for black people. I just want to say that, and I'm gonna leave it alone. But you wrote it, okay? And you still don't want to apologize for that 1994 crime bill. But and I already told you to the Trump campaign, y'all should bring that up because that will help and actually plant a seed in black men to vote for you. That's what it is. But I don't see Joe Biden actually listening to no Brandy. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You know doggone well Biden ain't listening to no Brandy or to no Monica. He probably the only Brandy that he have is that Brandy liquor up in there when he's up there writing laws and talking mess. We see right then and there, I was watching the battle. The first one was like, what about us, Brandy? And then everything to me. I think Brandy started out with a banger. I started losing count because both ladies, it was like a tie. Because both ladies have incredible music. Then Brandy broke out with A Change Gonna Come. It was just like a tie. Both ladies' catalogs are dope. And I had a reminder of just watching Twitter. They was like, Wiley, they were young, they were kids. They weren't even teenagers, 12, 13, 14, years old, making these incredible hits at under the age of 18, making hits. The music today don't nowhere near come close to that era of that music. Monica's voice as mature and as a style for voice, her voice is great. I knew a lot of them Monica songs. I said Monica got some great songs. I like them both. I just prefer Brandy back more because I listen to more Brandy records than I do, you know what I'm saying, did I do Monica songs. But both women are definitely dope. I did sense tension in both women. I did sense that, it's like it's good for business, even though I don't like you like that, you don't like me, but it's profitable for us to come together. And I have said this on the Wiley Show when we paid homage to Brandy on the Wiley Show, right? We did one for Lil' Kim, we did one for Nicki, and during that broadcast, I kept saying, Brandy and Monica, y'all need to do a versus battle. This will be dope. It would get a lot of clicks and views. Your album will go number. Because of them listening to Wiley, because of my prediction, Brandy album is now number one on iTunes. Brandy album in the R&B charts, number one on iTunes. Monica stuff is charting. Brandy stuff. It was 1.1 million people watching. Then it jumped on Instagram to 1.2 million people worldwide was watching this versus battle. Because even though y'all don't get along, even though y'all talk a lot of mess, but that versus battle, a lot of them were watching it. And that was what was so profitable. Even though y'all don't get along with whatever, I think that, but y'all will make so much money as a tour and everything will be great and money will be great. And, Brandy was like filling Monica songs. I don't think Monica was really into like the Brandy stuff. I just think that she feels as though that Brandy was fake, that she wasn't going to try to have, to own up what she did. But I don't give a care if y'all don't get along as women. Just come together musically because it's good for business for both of y'all. Because again, The Boy Is Mine is the most profitable, high-rated, collaboration, female collaboration in history. 13 weeks, number one. Before The Boy Is Mine. So I think both women did an incredible job. When it comes to look, it goes to Monica. But when it comes to like catalog, Brandy, of course, have more extensive hits, and she had a more extensive, profitable career, more mainstream career than Monica. It is what it is. Her album sold more than Monica. Brandy was more of a mainstream voice. Monica was more urban. Her voice was more mature. But Brandy was the girl next door. She was the pop star. She transitioned not only in music, but she transitioned in Hollywood, in acting. She had her own sitcom. She had her own dolls when it comes to that. But Monica had hits as well. But when we're talking about comparing resume to resume, Brandy worked with more legends than Monica. Even in the piece when they were talking about, my gosh, what was the movie that they was Waiting to Exhale? What's the name? Was it? Monica said, "Well, they ain't hit me up for that because you just came out." And Brandy hit Brandy, and Brandy worked on that, soundtrack. But Monica worked on the soundtrack of I think Space Jams. So both of them, and then Brandy worked on the soundtrack for Set It Off. So Brandy have worked with a lot. Brandy was that, Brandy was that girl. Brandy was the Beyonce of her era. Like, she was dominating the charts. She was dominating media. She was a panapolist. I hope I said a panapolist. But she was out there doing a great thing. So I want to say this, though, with Brandy and Monica. I would love to see a tour next year. I would love to see a virtual tour because the people are entertained by it. Because you have two bases. You have Monica fans and Brandy fans. But if you come together, that's money. Because we like a panapolist. It's money for both of them to be made. And I was happy. They was playing Brandy new album, and then Monica started dropping some new hits, new stuff as well. Did everybody in the chat talking about, oh, she had a song and she had this, and I'm like, listen, I was like, yes, she got a new song and she got a new channel. And she got her kids, so she was all the way in it. And I have to give it to my girl, Brandy. Even though she wasn't, the best dressed, but she was out there. Hold on, I'm gonna make sure I get this right because, child, that was like a big word I haven't said in a long time. Philanthropist. Okay. I haven't said it. It's like some big words I just really can't get. Okay, we moving right on. But I would like to say about Monica, whatever happened between her and Brandy, I think the fans played a big part into her beef. And we've got to get into beef, right? And how the fans can get in part and egg up a beef. And I'm gonna be clear. I got into B7, got into Monica. And this is what I'm about to get into. I'm about to get into the mess of what y'all came here for. Let me drink a little bit more of my coffee. So some people ain't gonna like me what I'm about to say here. Brandy and Monica allow other folks to get involved in their beef, and they just win it and take it, right? The fans got involved, and then they start living up to what the fans were producing, and they start, oh, I don't like you. You don't like me. And I think if those women would have had a conversation, and they were young too, so they were teenagers, they were young, they were young. So, now they're mature women, and I still think they kind of hold on to a beef, and they kind of hold on to that. But they allow the people from the outside forces involved the beef, and of course, them labels love the beef because it was profitable. But let me say this: with that being said, if they did not have that beef, I don't think The Boy Is Mine would have been successful like that. It was because of the beef. It was because of them being compared. It's because of the fans that when they came out with that song, it was like gold. It was like it was magic. It was magic. If they didn't have that beef, I don't think that they would have came together for that record, and the record would have did what it did, because the record was originally for Brandy. But Monica being on there because of the division and because of their voices going back and forth like a competition, it was good for business. Now let's get into what I came here for. While I was watching the Verzus battle, before it came on, Armon Wiggins and Tasha K. Let me first give a disclaimer. I'm going to talk about Armon Wiggins. I'm going to talk about Tasha K. I'm going to talk about Niecy Nash. I'm going to talk about whoever is trending that my audience is engaged in. I'm going to talk about it and get my commentary on it. So it's not about I'm on this hate train, I'm on this hate. I am on a content train, period. So if you're a public figure and you're beefing with another public figure and y'all both have influence in the industry, you damn right I'm going to talk about it. Because everybody else talk about it. So Tasha K was on her live and she was making some allegations against Armon Wiggins. She said he's on drugs. She said his mama is not his mama. She brought up his parents. She said that she's just bringing up a lot of stuff about Armon Wiggins. That he's on drugs. It's about his mom and daddy. I want to tell you this. Don't send me emails of Armon Wiggins' family. I'm not into it. I'm not getting involved. I'm not posting that man's family. I don't care how they dragged my family. I don't care how they did series on me. You ain't going to see me get that dirty and low down and do that. I'm not doing your dirty work. Because when Wiley was getting dragged, when my family was getting dragged in these YouTube streets, when a series was made about me, nobody came and defend me. Nobody. So don't send me nothing to do your dirty work because I ain't doing your dirty work. Because when I was getting dragged, all of me and my entire, and they had strong allegations against me, nobody came to defend me. So I'm not doing the dirty work. The only thing I'm going to do is sit my black behind down in front of this green screen and drink my coffee and report on it. But I'm not getting dirty and putting that out there. Not going to happen. Because when I was getting dragged, when the series was about me, when they were talking about my family, nobody came to defend me. Nobody. Do I feel sorry that they're talking about Armon Wiggins' family? Partially sorry. Because where was that hurt and emotions and all that when my family was getting dragged all up into this usual? It don't feel good when they bring up your parents. It don't feel good. When the shoe is on the other foot, it don't feel good. But when you open up Pandora's box and you go and talk about people's families and door series, they don't feel good. It doesn't. It doesn't feel good when you getting dragged in these YouTube streets. It don't feel good. But now you know how I feel. Get over it. Don't keep saying, well, my daddy, I love my daddy. And y'all don't bring, they going to keep bringing your daddy up. Because they bring up my family. I just got to let them just say it. They say it all the time. So, where you want some sympathy at? Because where was the sympathy when I was getting dragged? I have no sympathy. I partially feel sorry. Because the other side, I really can't feel that bad because you led the charge with my family. Let them drag them. What can I say? I can't stop Tasha K to make a phone call and do all that. Because then I know y'all both went too far. Because let's continue to what was said. After she said these allegations, then he went on his platform and he said that, oh yeah, Tasha K got mental illness problems because she was touched and abused and her mother did not protect her. You need to be talking about your mother or why she did not protect you from being abused. Both of y'all going too far. He went too far to talk about you being abused as a little girl, which wasn't your fault. He's bringing that up. You bringing up drug allegations. Both of y'all went too far. And the only person that ain't getting down and dirty in this mess like that, that's keeping their hands clean, is Candace, daytime teacher. She's somewhere in the background. Now, she's meeting up with Armon Wiggins. But this is the thing, though. You got to be careful attaching yourself to brands when somebody making fun of somebody that's been abused. Because if you attach yourself to a brand like that, you look just as phony and fake as a hypocrite. So you go ahead on and attach yourself to that brand to be messy. It's going to make you look bad. Because folks going to be looking at you. Do you endorse this behavior? Because you keep saying, well, this is my friend. And did you never met that person? But now as we getting up in there, you never met him all week. Oh, now you want to meet him during a pandemic? So we shouldn't be talking about Tasha K going to visit her mama during a pandemic because you're going to visit Candace during a pandemic. Make sure you have your hand sanitizer in your mask. Because she got cured and she don't need to be taking nothing home, going to meet you and all that liquor splashing in every type of way, and you going to meet somebody during a pandemic. Get somewhere and sit down somewhere. Don't y'all come at, but all y'all just wrong. And I'm here for it for a click and a view. I'm here for it for the click and a view. Oh, Candace is very sneaky. Very sneaky. Because she just in the mix. Very sneaky. Okay? And people talking about healing need to be done. Yes, healing need to be done on my part. But I'm not crazy. I'm not doing nobody dirty work. I'm going to just sit here and do clicks and views because I have even been accused of making Tasha K and Armon Wiggins beef. You know you stuck on stupid if you think I'm the one that's making them two grown adults, both of them older than me, beef. Because both of them have addictions. One is addicted to the internet. Then Armon Wiggins brought up because Tasha K's daughter said that, Mama, you need to spend time with me. All you want to do is hold the baby and be on your phone. Right then and there, as a mother, you should say, okay, let me cut back online, period. Because whatever said on camera, they're going to repeat it and bring it up on video. So I didn't like that piece that it was brought up, but the daughter did say it. I didn't like it. It didn't make me feel good because you should put the phone down. You should spend time with your children. But you ain't the only parent that goes online and talk all day long online, ain't spending time with your kids. You ain't the only bloggers. Plenty of y'all that's out here talking mess and doing stuff, visiting people's churches, and you got kids at home. You need to be out there spending quality time with your kid. I don't have kids. Armon Wiggins doesn't have kids. The only thing that he's birthing is a beer and cheap cocktails. That's about it. I ain't gonna get up here and say he have a drug habit. I would say that he said that he did the bumpity bump bump, but I never seen him do the bumpity bump bump. But I damn sure saw him drinking down them cocktails and he got to piss every 3 minutes. I do see that on camera. I can tell when them cocktails is reaching down his throat with that little thiggity thing go right down there. I do remember that. I do know that because I can see that. I can see it. Now, the thing about both of them, they both went too far. I did not like that Tasha K is posting her business about how much money she make because I have said the money that she making with the big platform, that's too low. That's $31,000. But no one would have known that if you didn't go out posting your business. You can't bait Armon Wiggins. He ain't that crazy to put his amount. Candace ain't going to put her amount on there. Period. Y'all all teamed it up, and it's entertainment for the fans. But I'm not going to say, wow, you going to Atlanta? I was invited to go to Atlanta, and I declined to go to Atlanta. I'm going to see my family. I don't need to be going for teamwork, teaming up for a selfie just to get back with nobody. Not going to happen. Unless if it's dealing with a check, dealing with it, then yeah, I'm going to see family and all that stuff. That's what I would be. Because I'm not that impressed to go take a selfie with somebody just to get back with somebody. It ain't what I look like doing something like that. That ain't even in my character. I don't care how much mess I talk. You ain't gonna see me flying to another place just to take a selfie to get back at somebody. No. Anytime you see me moving around and doing all that got to do with stuff, it's dealing with business. It's dealing with business, not dealing with, okay, let me get back this blogger. So let me go and fly to come and see you so we can get back at this blogger. Baby, bye. Sit down. Pathetic. And we gonna talk about you because y'all want to be, y'all doing this stuff publicly. Y'all doing it publicly. Publicly, y'all doing it. Then bringing up the kids and all that type of stuff. They sure brought it up. Kids should be off limits. Absolutely. But like Tasha K, she need to get her house in order and make sure when she record that she go and spend time with her children and have a conversation with your daughter. Because maybe the daughter feels some type of way that you're spending some time with the baby. That's not uncommon. I've seen it happen. I've been on the phone with mothers that don't know how to, when they have a newborn, the kids feel some type of way because you're all the time and energy. But what you can control is to cut down your being online all the time and actually spend time with your daughter. Period. Then that shouldn't have to be a case. That's the issue and a problem that you sit down as a mother with your daughter and have that conversation and to spend time with your daughter. Because let me tell you, this online stuff ain't nowhere near the stuff that you need to be with family, showing love with your family. That's what matters. That's what matters. And that's your daughter, right? I don't have kids. So I could be online 24/7 talking. Armon Wiggins, he doesn't have any kids. He could be online 24/7, grabbing his mouth. But you have children. Candace have children. So y'all are held to a different standard than us bloggers that don't have no kids. Okay? Think about that. Why you up there want to team up and be beefing. Y'all too old to be beefing. Throw a shot. I'll be looking at y'all. And some of y'all be trying to throw shots. Just put a name on it. Then Tasha K, you get out your house. Lord have mercy. I couldn't believe this sister did this. But I'm entertained by it. I didn't say I wasn't entertained. I just couldn't believe it. You get out your house. Yeah, if you're going to come to Atlanta, come. We need to link up. We need to do this. We need to do that. I'm like, child. I'm just sitting here just watching this, getting my notes. We need to do this. We come outside and meet me. If you come into Atlanta, come and meet me. And Candace should shut that down because that's making her look crazy. That's making her look crazy. I'm like, where's these husbands at? Where these real men? Ain't no way in the world I'm letting my wife go meet a man that drink all these cocktails, get in beefs with another one talking about their motherly skill. I shut that down as a husband. But these men that these women are with now, they control these men. They can't say nothing. Voice all low, sound like Michael Jackson. They can't do nothing. They run their husbands. These husbands don't run nothing. They can't shut them down. Ain't nowhere in the world. I was like, what y'all husbands say? Y'all letting y'all wives act like this publicly? Don't let me get on the phone with some of these. So I'm like, you letting your wife do all this type of stuff? Don't worry, but somebody's husband go shut it down because they don't like it. After that deal I got, somebody's husband don't like all this mess that's going on. And they be talking, man, please. I'm here for it, though. I'm here for it. But when y'all put this out publicly that y'all doing this, we gonna talk about it. I know, okay, it probably ain't gonna be no we, but Wiley gonna talk about it. Oh, thank you for the message. So I'm looking at both these husbands. I'm looking at Candace's husband and I'm looking at Tasha K's husband. And I'm like, can y'all tell these women to stop it? Because what they doing is just embarrassing. The whole household. Because they be like, because they make you as a man look back. What can you say? Is you gonna speak up like your wife literally leaving the house, talking about me, link up with me, come to the front door, and da. Then she was talking about, I'm coming after you, Armon Wiggins on your YouTube channel. I'm gonna call such and such and such from YouTube, and we're gonna have to go look at that YouTube channel. Then Armon Wiggins, he playing Tasha K content. He learned his lesson from Kaya. I won't even give her that power, but it's profitable because there's money in there. I just hope and pray it stay on YouTube. Y'all did go a little bit too far, but y'all give money. That's what that's about. It's a money grab. It is what it is. It is what it is. And I'm here. I watched it. I was very observant. And the thing about it is, you, Tasha, you went too far, and you, Armon Wiggins, you went too far. Both of y'all bringing families up, mamas up, and all that stuff up. So don't come criticizing me when I brought up my family. It was very transparent about it because y'all doing the same doggone thing. Let me say this again. Do I feel sorry like I want to crack a tear? No, I partially feel sorry because I don't think it's right to bring up somebody's daddy, especially if you got a daddy and that's your daddy. Don't bring up daddy. But you remember when you used to do that stuff to Wiley, now they bringing up your daddy and they bringing up your mama. It don't feel good, especially when you think you look the best. You got good, beautiful cars. You got a house. You got a beautiful house. It don't feel good. And it's more embarrassment for you because at least with Wiley, I was very transparent with my stuff. I didn't have it. So I made it part of my commentary. But you don't like it that they're talking about your family. bringing up your family because they know that's a weak spot for you. You keep saying it. Don't bring up my daddy. I love my daddy. Don't you bring up my daddy. My daddy was a good man. He owned a house at 21. Do you think the people care that your daddy owned a home at 21? They don't. They just want to drag. Now you see how I feel. As a husband, I would say, baby, let's spend more time with our daughter because our daughter feel like we're not there or she feel like you're not there. So let's cut the online off a little bit. When do the man speak up? Maybe I'm from the old school. That's why I can't get married. Ain't nowhere in the world I can get married. Not to new type of woman. Ain't nowhere in the world. Now, we out here, if she a business person, we got to know when to cut the camera on and when to cut it off. Because she going on her backup channel and then she dragging Cardi B. So she went live talking about Cardi B. It is your lawyers that are stalling. It ain't us that stalling. And she's right. We seen some documents came across my desk that it's Cardi B people that is stalling. So they're doing a strategy. They're trying to pretty much bankrupt Tasha. But they try to bankrupt Tasha because Cardi B want the lawsuit over with. She want to drop it. But she want Tasha K to just say, okay, let's call for a settlement. And Tasha people ain't talking about no settlement. So what's happening is Cardi B lawyers are just not, they keep asking for continuance. Talking about we need some more of this, we need some more of that. Tasha K people is ready. So Tasha K people is ready. Give me a second, because that alarm thing is just getting on my damn nerves. Did you turn that alarm clock off? Did you turn that alarm clock off? Give me a second, you guys. I'm so tired of hearing that. I'm so tired of hearing that. Alexa, turn off the alarm. Because I'm like sick and tired of hearing it, because it was like up in my ear. Whoo, up in my ear. All right. Yeah. So they're going to be linking up and all of that, Candace and all of that. And that's why I wanted to get a situation when I'm hearing it and I was writing down notes. Now with Cardi B lawsuit, like I was saying, Tasha K people is ready. Cardi B people, they're asking for continuance. They're trying to stall. They're stalling because her countersuit are winning. The reason why she's keep moving is what a source told me. The reason why Tasha K keep moving is because it helps with her defense that her life is being threatened, her address are being leaked, and that Cardi B goons are going after her. So she keeps moving to prove a point for her defense. So she can go to the judge, see, Your Honor, we are still moving. Our life is this way. This is why I need my countersuit approved, because of this woman action, because of her power and influence. And it doesn't make sense how Cardi B legal defense team are not, they're stalling, because they know their case is weak. Their case is much stronger with Star Marie, but they didn't sue Star Marie. They sued Tasha, and they thought Tasha was going to delete the video and go, but she haven't. So Tasha K, she wants to win the lawsuit, and she's not giving up, because just like this source told me, she said, Wiley, if Tasha K wins this lawsuit, it goes to all of these major publications, and she comes out winning more subscribers. She wants Cardi B to give up for this way this year. She wants her to give it up this year. But Cardi B got other stuff. She won it this year, and she want to reach that 1 million. She knows that if Tasha K if Cardi B gives up and loses, she will reach her 1 million subscribers, because everybody's going to talk about Tasha K beat Cardi B, and Cardi B does not want to lose to a blogger, just like a blogger that talk mess like Tasha K. That's why Tasha K ain't give it up. Tasha K is not broke. Tasha K is playing chess and strategy. She ain't broke at all. She's nowhere near broke. Tasha K is doing a legal strategy because she's in litigation. She's not broke. Okay? The income that we seen from Tasha, we saw one part of the income. We didn't see the incomes from her other venues, her other situation. We didn't see that. And then the income that she have, she only goes live once a week and she halfway do it. But her idea is, her strategy is she wants to win the lawsuit. Because if she wins the lawsuit, she gets the publicity that Tasha K needs. Tasha K wants that type of publicity from blogs, from websites. That's the publicity that she wants. That's the publicity. What she is doing for the income. This is another source told me. She said, Wiley, the reason why she will show the income like that, she can tell the judge, because of Cardi B actions, because of her coming after me, sending her goons, it had affected me mentally. It had affected me emotionally. It had also affected me financially. She's going to show the judge everything. If you don't think that Tasha K is playing that card, that my pocket's having it because of Cardi, she's playing a legal strategy. But most people that is criticizing her, they're throwing aside with the lawsuit. They're not going to tell you that Tasha K countersuit was continued and Cardi B people got to answer that and they're stalling. They dropped that piece. But Tasha K ain't giving up because she know that if I win this lawsuit, it will send shockwaves for the Tasha K brand. Okay? Tasha K brand. She want to see the books. She's countersuing Cardi. And they have the judge say you may continue it. Now the judge told them months ago, get it like a settlement to settle. They don't, Cardi B team again, stalling. Tasha K team, they're ready. So it's Cardi B team that is stalling, not Tasha. I give her that. For what I saw, Tasha K ain't stalling. It's Cardi B people that's stalling. So why the question would be, why are y'all stalling? Y'all got a strong case, right? But if Cardi B been sending out threats and Tasha K people got Cardi B, that makes the case weak. And Cardi don't want to lose because now you in it. Now she can't give up. So now she want to just stall them. But it ain't going to work. I actually want Tasha K to win because it's great for business. It's actually good as being a blogger. I say this humbly, you guys. Whatever you have to say about Tasha K, you cannot take away from her fighting for free speech. She's fighting for her First Amendment rights, and that is what she's fighting for. The only thing that I wish Tasha K would stop arguing with other bloggers and going back and forth like how she went back and forth with Armon Wiggins, right? Because both of them have said some things. They mentioned, Armon Wiggins was talking about Tasha K on the Wiley Show. He did bring her up. He did bring her up. Yeah, absolutely he did. And I just want him to understand that y'all see how y'all dragging each other, how low y'all are going. It is what it is. It is what it is. But Wiley, I'm not going that low with Mr. Wiggins. No, I just do commentary on him. And then I've heard, now I don't know if this is true or not, but I've heard, I don't like that Wiley still mentioning my name because I went on the show. I thought he would stop mentioning my name. You must be drinking too much cocktails. I talk to somebody and they just talking to me. I'm like, I don't know why he thought that. He's the hot topic. He don't like that you talking about him and all that type of stuff. He talked about Tasha. And the stuff that he said about Tasha, what I'm saying is small pebbles. I ain't tackling his mental capacity. I'm not tackling his mama mulling his skills, his father following his skills, how low he's going with Tasha. I'm nowhere near going that low. Now, I would talk about that he drink a lot too much cocktails, and that's true because he be drinking cocktails. Come on, I thought you was going to stop. No. You must be crazy. Oh, because he thought y'all was gonna work together. No. I would pretend to say, oh man, we should do a podcast. I do that because it's commentary. You think he would work with me and we would work with each other? We don't trust each other. I don't need to work with him for no podcast. If I want to do a podcast, do my own podcast. Okay, we just argue and everything like that. That's all what we doing for clicks and views. That's it. If I ever want to do a podcast with somebody, I'll do a podcast with like somebody that you don't see. I'm not gonna do a podcast with somebody that think they're better than me and think they're greater than me and think I'm beneath them and think I'm an underdog. They be using these undertones, these little buzzwords like we ain't catching it. I hear the shade. I hear the shade. The only difference between me and him, I put an address on it. Ain't no, who want to speak subliminal? We too grown to be speaking of subliminal. If you grown enough to drink a cocktail, be grown enough to tell the people how you really feel. But you ain't gonna do. You'll do that with Tasha, because Tasha gonna get emotional. But you won't do that to Wiley. You would sit there and try to lie about Wiley and do all that type of stuff. But look how karma just creeping up. Don't feel real good. Then now you're gonna need Candace, and Candace, you being used too. He's trying to use you as a cover to get to his 100,000, but you trying to get Tasha K together, so you using Armon Wiggins. Child, you might as well come out better responding to Tasha K on your platform while you're up there trying to play chess. You playing checkers. It ain't really chess. It's checkers. That's what you're playing. And I'm like, you sit there and you have these big heads and these big egos and all of this stuff. I'm here for it because it's good for clicks and views. But never put it out your mouth to say Wiley is the one why Tasha K and Armon Wiggins is beefing. No, it's their egos is the reason why they beefing. It's because they both got narcissist egos. Them egos is battling. Who got the bigger ego? Who ain't gonna land? Both of them, you can't tell them nothing because in both of their worlds, they run it. They the king, they the queen of their world, and you can't tell them nothing. And they don't want to work with people that they cannot control. They don't want to work with people that have their own identity. They don't want to work with people that's going to challenge their ideas. Because when Armon Wiggins was on the Wiley Show, we challenged him every single way, and he does not like it when other folks go against his narrative that he's perfect and that he don't have an issue with black women. That's the narrative that he have told himself. He tell him that every morning when he drinks his cocktail. I have nothing against black women. I love black women. But he don't know the messed up crap that he said about black women. And when people call him out on it, he would say, y'all only agreeing with Wiley is because he's the underdog. But he gonna erase all the filth that he have said about black women. But let them come out and say something about his bedroom activity. He gonna label you quick, fast, in a hurry. But he ain't gonna like when he get labeled. It is what it is. Like, and I say that, like, if you're so quick to label people homophobic, they say something towards your lifestyle, right? If they say you don't like black women, don't try to spin a narrative talking about they don't know what they talk about. Just like how you feel, you don't like nobody coming at your lifestyle. Why do you come out the lifestyle of some black women? And you know you do. But it's okay with it. Do you? But don't get mad when these women call you out on it. The women call you out of it. I don't lead the charge. The women call you out of it. Stop bringing Wiley in there. I do commentary, but the women feel the way that they feel about certain things that you say. Because the things that you said about Tasha K, people gonna spin it, they're gonna be like, why is you talking about her being abused as a little girl and all of that stuff with no type of tear, sympathy, or not? Because both of y'all said something wrong. But all they need is 3-4 black women that been abused to lead the chart. Look how he's talking about women that was abused. And look how he's doing that. He's going to meet up with Candace. And she says she a Christian. And Candace, the one that say she a Christian? She going to meet up with him? These people, they doing it for clicks and views. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. That's one thing about Lovely T. You ain't gonna use me as a pod. Lovely T was like, I'm gonna do me. I'm about to go do all that. That's one thing about it. It's just some people ain't about to be used. They about to just go ahead and get their clicks and views and be done with it. Impressive said, no, ain't gonna use me, bruh. I'm gonna keep doing my clicks and views. We'll see you when we see you. But they always say, Wiley, you spinning the narrative. It's easy. You said it. Did he say it, y'all? Did he just say that Tasha K, you like that? You mad? You should tell your mama why she let you get abused. He said that out of his mouth. He said that out of his mouth. Yes, he did. And she was wrong when she said, oh, he does a lot of drugs. I said both of y'all have went too far. I said, go right here. I'm just sitting here getting clicks and views like everybody else. Don't get mad at Wiley because I'm getting clicks and don't get mad at me. Okay? I'm not impressed. I am not impressed. If I wanted to do like y'all, I can just call Tasha K up. Tasha, can I come to Atlanta? Let's do a show. Let's link up. I can do that. But for what reason? To be used as a pawn and I got to sit there as a yes man. I can't have my own opinion. I just got to sit there and be like, yes, Tasha. Oh, you the great. You are so awesome, Tasha. Yes, Tasha. Oh, yes. You had something to say? I don't really got nothing to say. I'm loving you, Tasha. I'm loving you, sister. You're the best. I can't have no opinion. So I would rather be neutral because it's more profitable for me to be neutral and just talk about them both. It's all entertainment, period. So people that if you upset about your family being brought up, you better get over it because these people, they don't care. They bring them up every day. They bring them up every single day. They bring my family up every single day. And if you think I'm gonna be able to get mad, I just stop giving it the energy. But they bring it up every day, every single day, and it doesn't feel right when they bring up your daddy and your mama and your papa. It don't feel good, and I know it don't feel good. It don't feel good. Bringing up that man. What that man daddy got to do with what y'all talk about? But y'all hitting below the belt. This ain't the first time bloggers have done it to me worse than what Armon Wiggins going to. That's small pebbles than what I had to go through in these YouTube streets. That's what I'm saying. When you get low like that, you want to get into that beefing. Be prepared how these people be. Because I'm sitting on the sidelines and be like, well. Because everybody wait, Wiley, what you think about it? And I always say, where were y'all at when I was getting dragged for filth? It was about 3, 4, 5 people teaming up on Polar Wiley. Nobody come to defend me. Didn't know Candace daytime. She didn't make no statement. She didn't come rain down me with no super chats or $500. No. None of these bloggers was there. None of them. I had to just do it my own self on my own 2 feet. And I came out stronger, wiser, and my skin came out flawless. And I continue the content. Period. I never stopped. I didn't get so low that I'm gonna just talk about no. I just continue to be my comedic self and I move forward. We open up the phone lines if anybody want to call in. They said Wiley is still pressed. No, I'm not pressed. This is commentary because whoever is pressed, I think Armon Wiggins is pressed against Tasha K. He's very pressed against that woman. And please, I said it again, don't compare him to Storm Monroe, but it works. It's very effective. When you compare Armon Wiggins to Storm Monroe, it gets under his skin. He gets the drinking. He gets on booking flights. He get the drug. He get the twirl around in circles. Period. So who's pressed? I ain't picking up no habit. I'm not picking up no crystals and dirt and try to read cards and try to change my whole spiritual journey because I'm having battles in my mind with alcoholism. You trying to talk about Tasha K? She ain't the only one with a problem. You got a problem. It's something that goes on when you got a drink and it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon and you drinking cocktails after cocktails after cocktails after cocktails after cocktails after cocktails. And every time you do a video that you gotta have a cocktail, something going right. Why do you need all of those cocktails? Go ahead and drink it. Oh, God. They said, Wiley, you just cried now. Not me. Wiley sit around and I get in my air fryer. I read my book, enjoy life. I will be going and visiting my family, having a beautiful time, and, living life. And I'm not crying at no nighttime. Why? Because I've learned this a long time ago on the internet. People going to say what they want to say about you, and just don't give them that energy, because they be doing it to provoke you so you can put their name in titles, so you can jump on their platform, so you can jump on their StreamYard, so you can do all of that. No, just focus on your content. It is what it is. Gonna leave her kids out of the dragon. Now y'all saying that. I'm seeing y'all comments. I'm seeing your comments because you lose a lot of culo points when you bring up the kids. And I had somebody go to my family church and drag my entire family. But I couldn't bring up her daughter. Absolutely not. Why? Because I knew the public support would have swayed to her when you bring up a child, especially when you a man. Especially when you a man. Especially when you a man. I don't care. I don't care how much you speak in, but you still a man. And you're going to lose a lot of support because it's more mothers that support these YouTubers, and they ain't going to be with you on your side when you bringing up the kids. Like, I just think you need that because that's not that effective when you're going to meet a woman that got kids as well, and that is Candace. Because the main question, if I was in Atlanta as working as press, the main question that I will be doing, because, this ain't my fight. I'm just a commentator. I have my mic, and I'm like, all right, Candace from Daytime T-Sound, what are your thoughts as a mother? What do you have to say about Armon Wiggins coming at and attacking Tasha K mothering skills? Put it up to her and see what she got to say. What she got to say? Because you the one that's getting on your platform talking about, this is my friend, y'all. Shout out to my friend. This is my friend. You better be careful when you say what kind of friend you got, because you're going to be right there. I'm here for it. No, it says yesterday he was trying to pacify Wiley, so he lay off of him. Right. No, you I know what it is. No, you can't pacify me, baby. Give me a bag, okay? Pacify, no. Because you didn't really apologize for what you really said. You made it all about you. I rewind the tape. You ain't really what to say about that apology. And I'm here for it. Oh, Wiley. I'm coming on your show, and I just want to know, what is your problem with me? I'm just getting clicks of you. What is your problem with Tasha K? Don't put this about Wiley. The stuff that you got against Tasha K is deep rooted. What is the issue? Tasha K, did you tell Armon Wiggins that he can't come to your house for Thanksgiving food? Because you seen how he did T.S. Madison. This is all public. Now, T.S. Madison, if you let him come in your basement, the much stuff he said about you, that says a lot about your character. I want to see it. I don't want to get no new flows put in my house and let a man come in my house and say that I hired somebody that went on and took somebody good cookies without their permission. He said that on his platform, T.S. Madison. So, See, when you get a cocktail in your system, you say a lot of stuff, and he had to go and backpedal and apologize for the stuff. And look at it. He went on and said that about Tasha K. Po Tasha. Po Maddie. Yes to Wiley, because I'm here for it, because I'm going to get a click of the view and go home and be peaceful. Anonymous, you live on the air. And then don't send your mentee or your people to come and battle with Wiley, because it ain't gonna work. Because I'm gonna let them just yell and scream at me all day long, and I'm gonna sit there and be like, "Ooh, that ain't nothing but Armon Wiggins told them to say that." Then you drop, because you make it so noticeable. You're not really even good of doing things behind the scenes, because you do it so open. I'm like, that ain't nothing but Armon Wiggins. Child, bye. Go ahead, caller. Good morning.
On one this morning. You got that notepad and that book, and you is showing off, but I'm loving it. You said where the men at? That's where I wanted to know about. I know Tasha K husband helped with the management or managing her, but she always complaining how she tired. Because the baby's up. She always complaining, how she's trying to juggle so many things, but your husband don't work. So, like, where is your support? If she's the one bringing in the income, she should be well rested. I mean, she's the breadwinner. Another thing you said was right. Yeah, you can't trust Armon Wiggins because y'all done had that little beef situation. And for daytime tea, I just think she's so soft. Like she looks like the person that like she want a friendship. Like she's happy that Armon is her friend. You know what I mean? Like, because he could say the things that maybe she can't say. Because her husband don't seem like he really played that. Like her husband seemed like.
Oh no, let me say this: her husband don't play like. If he get a win of what's really going on online like that, he will stop it. Because I tried to interview Candace again, and she had to talk to her husband. Her husband said no, and I kind of respect it because I don't want Candace to get involved in something like that. What I would want, sister, out of all the roles that I just did, Daytime and Tasha K should come and sit down as women and talk because they did have a friendship. And I thought it was genuine, right? So whatever the issue is, both of them need to sit down. But I think one of the major reasons why they can't sit down is because one don't want one to win over the other. I think the money, I think the followers play a big part. I don't want you to get more attention than me or make more money than me because I've seen a lot of friendships break up over YouTube.
Well, according to daytime, tea time, she said that her whole system had got hacked.
She did say
that. And that's what her and Tasha K fell out. And, Tasha K couldn't understand, like, she was trying to help her, try to send her husband over there. But then when her and Lovely T fell out, I'm like, well, Jesus, you like the common denominator. What is going on here? Then you felt out with daytime tea time. Then you felt out with Lovely T, and it's always. And
can I respond? Can I respond to this? Armon Wiggins said this, and I'm going to read this. I'm going to read this and dissect this. He said, "Imagine wanting peace, but too afraid to lose your audience because it was built on hate. For me, that's a lie. And when in doubt, revving up their engine to the hate train. That's a lie. Woo child, all you need to do is sit back and people attention will come out. Have a great day, everyone. First and foremost, this channel was not built on you. That is delusion. And you need to put them cocktails down and to get to reality. This channel was not built on anti-Armon Wiggins. This channel was built on beef, but it had nothing to do with you. You got on your platform, getting into a beef with Tasha K, and I'm doing commentary on it. I cannot sit on the sidelines and this is a hot story that I can't comment on it. That don't make any sense. That does not make any sense to me. Why would I sit on the sideline and this is a hot story and you're yet arguing and beefing with one of the hottest bloggers that's in a lawsuit with Cardi B? I have a right to do commentary on it. You can't control me. That ain't gonna happen. Period. Now, when you say peace, is that peace include that I can't disagree with you no more? That if you do something wrong, I just got to sit on the sideline? No, this ain't no Armon Wiggins hate train. You have said some problematic things to Tasha K, and Tasha K have said some problematic things to you. Both of y'all have said some problematic things. Both of you. And y'all both shall apologize to each other and come to a peaceful resolution because y'all both are going back and forth with each other. Period. I will continue to do commentary on those that are hot. Period.
I mean, for them to be still arguing and feeling so passionate over that Dr. CB interview, I mean, how did that interview really changed Tasha K? Like, it wasn't until she really did a breaking story with Cardi B. So at some point, if it was for you, it's for you. If it's not for you, you got to pick yourself up and try again. I feel like he's holding on to something, or or maybe he feel like he can't trust her, or like
it's trust, because in this business you can't trust nobody, right? You have to have a clear understanding of an idea to do business, right? Have a clear understanding of what business should be. The way how he fell out with Tasha K and the way how they're going back and forth with each other is crazy. The way how they have went out and fell out with he fell out with T.S. Madison. I love the fact how T.S. Madison did not get that low, that when she said, okay, let's just resolve this. And even Maddie said, now you see what I was yet going through when people make videos about you, but yet we're talking about me. And so now he's talking about Tasha. So you already know people are going to make commentary about it, period. That's the beauty of the Wiley Show, because we talk about everybody on here. And these folks criticize Wiley early in the morning when I do a show, but they can say anything, but you can't say anything about them. But yeah, I can't do commentary. I don't understand that. I thought I am a free black man, period. But what I'm not gonna do is be somebody yes man, and I ain't getting no bag for being nobody yes. Because when I was somebody yes man, when I used to be somebody yes man, I got some out the deal. This I ain't getting nothing but a hope, a prayer, or a future opportunity. We can't go by a hope. We go by tangible items that we can touch. Go ahead, sister.
And with Tasha K, daughter says she needs to spend more time with her. Tasha K daughter, as she posted the picture, she looks like she's probably a teenager by now. Right. This is her precious moment where you want to grab hold to your daughter, because now they getting mind of their own. They want to be independent, and you kind of can't tell them. You can't tell a teenager nothing, because I got a teenager, but he a boy. But they think they know it all. Mm-hmm. So she definitely do, but she only online once or twice a week, maybe. Where's your time going? Right.
So, and this the other piece with the whole Tasha K and the situation is how I get to this situation. I pray that she can see why her daughter said what she said, but that should be something offline. That's something that we should have never heard as the public, because what it does, it makes the public, you know what I'm saying, especially when you're beefing with somebody, use that as ammunition to say you're not a good mother. So how dare you criticize me of having a drug habit, right? So that to me,
but it's not that first time that daughter got fresh. That daughter done got fresh on her backup channel.
Yes, she did.
She really speaks her mind. Yeah. I don't know why.
She gets it from her mother. Her mama speak her mind. Go ahead.
But what I'm saying is, a child should stay in the child's place, and if she knows that's her business, and that's what she's building a platform. Certain things you just got to be quiet. But I guess the way the world is that, you can't even hit your child before somebody calls DHS. But like I said, if I birth you, I could take you out.
Well, okay. And that's something where she have to call and have a conversation with, have that, private conversation. I just think the public, we should never heard that, because it did give Armon Wiggins that to talk about it and have that conversation. And this is what gets me with people. This is what would really get me with people. Don't expect people to come to your rescue, but when they were getting dragged, you didn't rescue them. Don't expect that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't
I don't know.
Don't expect Wiley to sit here. Okay, let me say that, because I turned down a lot of things. A lot. When them pictures and emails come, I said no, I ain't going that route. When I go that, Wiley, can you do this? I said no. A lot of things I said no. When people want to get up there and lie on the mob, we can talk about this and that. It was a guy going around these YouTube streets making up lies. And he said, Wiley, can I come on your platform? I said, absolutely not, because I don't believe you. You have no evidence. You have no receipt. And you're not going to use me to speak lies about that brother. Even though I'm getting dragged in these YouTube streets with lies. I could have easily picked up somebody to come on the show and come up with a great story, but I did not do it. I did not do it.
Well, that's because you have integrity, and whatever you did in your past, it was your past, but you're growing up and you're maturing. And, you see a lot of these content creators, the things that they're beefing about and the things that they're getting into, and it's just like, we in the spiritual warfare right now. So it's like, some of the stuff that y'all fighting over is not important. And I just think right now Tasha K is stressed because she looked manic as heck yesterday doing them live. I was like, what in the world is going on with her? I really think she's just tired. She just did the move. I just think she really just needs to take some time. She actually looked like how she looked when she went to Florida to go visit her mom. She just looked manic.
I would say this. She probably is stressed. I have to be careful, keep labeling people manic and this and that, because I'm not a psychiatrist. Whatever she's going through, wherever she's going through, she's probably stressful. Your kids probably at home. They can't go to school. We're in a pandemic. You're in a lawsuit. It's a lot of stressors. And I think what she's doing is she is expressing her frustrations on the internet. And what she should be doing, say, you know what? I'm going through a lot right now. So let me go and speak to somebody, a counselor or a therapist, and let me give it to them so I can be stronger and be more powerful on the internet, and I don't have to bring my grievances to online. Because with her, she do have a family, and whatever she says is a reflection of her children and her husband. And whatever she's going through, I hope and pray that she do get over it. But now she's online and she said what she's saying, which she should be going to a counselor or a therapist to work out. It's okay. I think I wish that everybody can go to a therapist and a counselor, because this is a very stressful moment for everybody. Everybody is going through some type of stress, especially if you have children at home, especially if your children are with you 24/7 when they can't go to a school, right? Because of this pandemic. I've talked to a lot of mothers that are yet going through it because they going through going through at work, and then their kids at home, and it's just a lot of parents. I talked to one last week. She said, Wiley, I finally know what teachers go through, because seeing this and seeing how these kids act just in a virtual setting, I could just imagine how they act in school, in class. And I was like, now you would be more appreciative to your children. To your children teachers.
Some parents I have heard, they said they didn't know how bad their kids were, how bad their kids actually was until they started homeschooling them. Let me not say that I am judging the way Tasha is.
Oh no, you have a right. You have a right to have an opinion. And again, I can't stop you from having your opinion, because you see it how you see it.
I just want to clear this up, because I don't judge nobody's opinion. What I'm saying is her daughter knows that her mother is online. She should have an understanding in her household that, you cannot be speaking and saying whatever you want to say to get off your chest while I'm online. It's just a level of respect. It's not saying she's not a good mother. It's not saying
it's like she should know. And that's something too, ma'am, that she need to talk with her daughter and say, when mommy got the camera on, whatever you got to say, let me know after the camera is off. But that's something she should, talk with her daughter outside of YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Like if I had children and my kids, say for instance, they're in the living room doing their classes, I should go live when they're doing their classes. And you know what I mean? Yeah. And then once they return, I should be done with my online stuff. And then, because you still got to yet spend time with your children. And this is why I don't want kids right now, because I'm still grinding. I'm still working, because kids remember how much time you spend with them. Like my grandfather, I would never forget, he was poor. He served in Vietnam. That wasn't like my real grandfather. That was my stepfather, father, but he treated me as such. And we just went around walking and went to the park, and that was it. But I don't remember because he never bought us anything. But the time he spent with us, to this day, we still give him that honor and respect for all the things, for spending time with us, especially us being young Black boys. Just that, and I'm like, because kids go by spending time with them and showing them, love, and it's not always about buying them television screen. They want to spend time with mama and daddy.
Yeah, and that's true. And we trying to juggle. I have a 7-year-old daughter, and I work 12-hour nights. And when she wakes me up, I don't get upset because I know it's something about mom and daughter time. It's just like girls are. I notice like boys, they just go about their business, do their things, but girls, they get to a point where they want more of your attention. And, even though I have a 7-year-old, I also have a 16-year-old niece that I helped raise. So, and I know that she wanted her mom's attention. It got to a point where she could no longer stay with me. I could not fill that void. She wanted her mother. So I just think it's just important. And I'm one that didn't have a positive relationship with my mother.
And yet, okay. Well, I feel you on that. I'm going to go to these other callers. Thank you, sister. There's like a lot of people holding on. All right, we're going to get to everybody. Don't nobody hang up. We're going to get to everybody. 646-716-8447. Hey, they said my audience built off love. It's been people following me since Justin J. Blog Talk Radio days. Maybe I can run down my resume. Oh, Lord, don't give yourself that much credit, baby. I'm from the beef sector. This ain't nowhere near the stuff that we had to go. This is small pebbles. At least they ain't show up to your daddy church. People showed up to my family church, surely did, and said my name, Wiley. And I wasn't even in the room. So this is small pebbles. 0317, caller, you on the air.
Hello, how are you doing today?
All right.
Okay, I was waiting for a minute.
Go ahead.
I was having a good old conversation. But no, my grievance with the situation between Armon Wiggins and Tasha K. Let's start with Tasha K. First of all, no one should trust her when she showed you who she was when she recorded her so-called friend Lovely T. Because at that point, when she recorded her, Lovely T didn't know she was being recorded. So when she was talking to her, she was talking to her as a friend. And I'm like, hold on. Everybody thought that this was, some hot tea. Oh, Lovely T is this bad person. And nobody actually, blew up the fact that this friend had recorded her friend for no reason other than to be messy. And who knows how many other recordings she had of her. You know what I mean? But I feel like her and Armon Wiggins' friendship was based off of teaming up. Because at first, Armon Wiggins was teaming up with Tasha K to come at Lovely T. And then when they fell out, he apologized, right? And they moved on. But with Armon Wiggins and her now, it's like, it seems like everyone is just saying how bad Armon Wiggins is for saying this, that, and the third. But to be honest, Tasha K does that to everybody else. She's not doing nothing short of what Tasha K would do. If Cardi B right now, if her daughter came on live with her and be like, oh, well, I'm just spending time with you, mommy, or something like that, man, Tasha K be talking about it all day. It'll be an all-day event. Oh, Cardi B's not a good mama. Cardi B's this and Cardi B's that. And everybody would eat it up. So I'm trying to figure out why do people have kitten gloves for her.
I think
it's not right.
I think it's not right. And what I said is both of them have definitely said went too far. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I think people are not coming out of my Wiggins is because when you bring a child up, you loses some support here because most people that follow these shows
is a family member. People are innocent.
Are parents.
Online talking mess.
Absolutely.
His father isn't online talking mess. Just like Tasha K's daughter is no line talking mess. Both of them are wrong. I don't care. It's no greater wrong there that
Absolutely,
wrong.
I agree. Both.
So
yes.
that bias doesn't make sense. But when I'm talking about Armon Wiggins and stuff, like, there is a hate train for Armon Wiggins. Do I think you do it? No. You, Armon, had a separate incident. But the things that they say about Armon, you would think that all he does is do a Tommy Sotomayor thing. Just say F black, black women all day, every day. That's not what he do. So it is a hate train. And most of the people who are saying it are people who don't like him. I mean,
but if the hate train is there, shouldn't you not engage with somebody that is hating you and just continue to be successful? Because if the hate train, I've always said this, it is a narrative that's being spun. Don't engage with a black woman because you give ammunition to people that say you have something against black women. You understand what I'm saying? That helps the narrative. Right. But that helps in his case. That helps the narrative, because if you say something about her kids, oh, she's been abused and her mom should have protected her and shouldn't have did that. A lot of women that have been abused, they're gonna come out and say why you said that. You know what I'm saying? And then you have a history with saying things, and that's what makes it easier. Because when he goes on those rants, the thing about Tasha K is that she rarely don't do a lot of her dirty stuff like that with a blogger on her main page. Catch this, she does it on her backup page.
Here's the other part that I don't appreciate what people do. Like, for instance, she talked about him having an STD, right?
She did say that.
I remember because I used to watch Tasha early when she did more comedy than anything. I remember she was talking about how her mother-in-law, because she kept getting UTIs and she kept getting yeast infections or whatever because she wasn't wiping straight. And her mother-in-law told her to take a flower water, plant water thing and like put the water down in your vagina. So I'm like, you just admitted to having yeast infections, but then you're going to go after someone else and say they had an STD, or go after a celebrity and say they had herpes and stuff like that. Like, it don't make sense. It's a double standard that people are not realizing. I understand that if you're a black man and you're gay, you can't say certain stuff. But in all actuality, if I'm on the street with somebody and somebody is coming at me, you don't get to tell someone how to get back at somebody.
That's facts.
That's not how you do that. That's people are getting in their feces and stuff like that. It don't even make sense.
Yeah, but the public will always have a conversation. Right, the public will always have a topic on that.
They always want to.
And I want to say this: I don't believe that Armon Wiggins hates black women. I don't believe that. I think that he gets emotional and he says things that can come off as being problematic, and they can use it. I think,
because he's a Gemini.
And he said that absolutely. So, and he'll forget things that he may or may not have said. That's the piece. And with Tasha K, she plays on him being a Gemini. She taps at him because she knows his hot button. She knows if I say something about his family, if I say something about this, and I say something about him having an STD, because he did a video about that. He did a whole video about that, and then I start getting mad at the audience, because we as black women, why are we so happy and so elated to see that type of stuff? We sit down, and mind you, I do it too. I watch all these bloggers and stuff. We sit down and we'll put our earphones on and we'll turn TV on and watch people debase each other and think it's okay. Pick a side, and then when both of them sound messed up, all of a sudden they need prayer. But they getting all these views. You guys are fueling this. They get thousands in donations with it too. And it is what it is. And I told somebody, I said, when the emails would come to my email with his family, I said, I'm not doing that. Even though that my stuff have been brought up, I'm just not going to go on the rant and push this man family stuff like that. I'm not going to be used.
And you know what?
Just not.
I do want to add because I know I got to get off because I got my 4-year-olds. And I got to get them ready because I'm about to leave to go to work. But this is what I'm gonna say. I feel like Cardi B should win that lawsuit, and there's a reason why I feel like she should, because it'll set a precedent for how you should conduct yourself online. Honestly speaking, if people was actually here to just do great work and get their money like a Lovely T is, honestly, you wouldn't have no lawsuit like this. No, people are so used to the salaciousness, the tea, but no tea, just talking mess. Because after a while, I give you an example. Like after a while, when I hear her talk about Cardi B now, I don't even like Cardi B like that. I just feel like she's bullying that girl at this point. At this point,
I just feel like Cardi B should, in my humble opinion, get your lawyers, continue the lawsuit, just go into battle, and don't indulge. Because I think a little bit Cardi B does respond to the blogs. Because if you can remember, she said, I'm going to sue these blogs. Stop giving them that energy because you're fueling them to beef with you. Don't respond to them.
Yeah, that is true. But it's kind of hard to do because you're still a human being. You
Facts.
still want to respond to stuff.
Oh, yeah, facts.
I mean,
but everything, though, with Cardi, she have that entity. She's respond to Millie on site, and now she responds, Tasha
and
K.
She don't have to, but what wisdom, what age comes with?
Yeah, she's still young. Yeah, she's still in her 20s.
Yeah. I mean, honestly speaking, the way I see it, though, for real, if she wins that lawsuit, a lot of bloggers that, are not really, don't have no, ethical, moral values, this, that, and the third, or don't have a code, they're not going to be able to be bloggers no more because you can't sit there and talk mess about people and debate them because that's not really cool. I mean, I don't see how that actually helps anyone in life, but that blogger getting money and getting views.
Absolutely, I feel you on that. Thank you, sister.
But anyway, I got to go.
All right, thank you so much. You have a wonderful day, sister. Thank you. Okay, we going to everybody. So hang on, caller 0508, calling on the air.
Hi, good morning, Wiley.
Good morning.
Okay, I need to clear up a couple of things that the last caller was saying. Okay, let me just start with the whole Tasha K's daughter thing. The reason why Tasha K's daughter said that is because her Tasha K took her phone away. I guess with teenagers, whatever. We were teenagers just the other day. So she got spotty with her mom on the phone. That's why she did that. She wasn't being like for real. But people are blowing it out of context like, oh my God, she doesn't spend time with her daughter. Hello?
So she took the phone and everything like that, and the daughter got upset. See, but my thing is this: I just wish that was off camera because you see how a narrative can be spun, though. Just like that.
I agree with you, but I just want to clear that up because her daughter started with her from like the Friday night when on the backup when Tasha K tried to check the audio, she was getting slick at the mouth. She started from there, and then it rolled over into the Saturday. That's where all that started from.
I feel you on that, sister. And what was your other point you want to say?
Also too, I'm gonna just make this real quick.
No, say it.
For all the people who claim that they want Cardi B to win, for all you people who love Mob Radio, if Cardi B should ever win this lawsuit, Mob Radio is next. Because there are a couple of Cardi B fans who follow me, and I follow them on IG, and trust me, they want Mob Radio's next. So y'all might want to think twice wishing Cardi B to win. Also, for all the people who claim that Lovely T is so innocent, well, let me break it down to you people real quick. Lovely T had Camille's Corner, Wiley's one-time homie, Tracy, Sweet Ma, Linus Ajuda, Nicole, whatever, Crystal Nicole do her dirty work. That's why Miss Lovely T could look unfazed. I didn't really know all this until my cousin, who was like really big on IG and in their chat room, put me up on game and showed me text messages. That's why, because a lot of people on YouTube don't really know what goes on behind the scenes on IG. I wasn't privy to this because my cousin was in their chat rooms. I'm like, what? That's why Lovely T looks unbothered. So for all the people who want to think Tasha K is a villain, nah, if y'all really knew the backstory, your head would spin. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have. Oh, also too, for Cardi B, for people saying, oh, Cardi B, Tasha K is bullying her. Cardi B herself came online and was like, she slept with over 30 guys. She put her business out there. She used to do that. So if my grandmother always tell me, like, people will know your business unless you open your mouth. So guess what? That's on Cardi B.
Right, and I feel like if Cardi B do win, it will hurt a lot of blogs, a lot of commentators, because it will set precedent to celebrities. Like, we could just go to court, and a lot of bloggers, it will hurt the celebrity gossip sector.
Mm-hmm.
Because it will hinder free speech, and all these celebrities will have to do, okay, we can just take them to court, because what she did was free speech. Star Marie started this. Cardi B said some things. And that's why I'm so intrigued about this lawsuit. And everybody is looking to see who's going to win, because it's going to reach to the media. Because when Tasha K was served, it was on TMZ. They posted it on TMZ.
Oh, yeah. Wiley, I wouldn't speak on things that I'm not sure, because my cousin is a lawyer, and she told me straight up, she said, had Cardi B had like a personality like a Beyonce, where she, doesn't really react, Cardi B will have a stronger point. But it's because Cardi B reacts, especially the time where she showed up to, I guess, one of the fighter fans. That's making her look crazy.
Right, and then Tasha is getting threats by these places and groups, and she's moving, and I think she's doing that to build up a stronger case. And I'm intrigued by it, because like when I was getting the information, because a lot of the stuff that they're about is public record, right? You can look at this stuff, you can pay for the stuff, and that'll let you know that Tasha K have a strong case. This is not a win. Once I knew it had to be strong. Once the judge say, okay, Tasha, you can continue with your countersuit. And it made it easier to countersue Cardi, because Cardi B sued her. So Tasha said, I'm a countersue her. And then the judge, they tried to get it thrown out. And the judge was like, no, Tasha K case may continue and may move forward.
I mean, like, Wiley, even though I love my Tasha K, the Cardi B fans that I follow on IG, even when they try to go at Mob Radio saying they want to take her down, I'm like, don't do that. I said, even though I don't care for Mob Radio, I'm like, I don't want that girl food to stop. Let her talk her mess. What you guys need to do is tell your master, aka Cardi B, to stop giving her energy. I'm not with that. I don't want to see
that's what gets me with Cardi, is that she, and I love her dearly, but she do respond a little bit too much with the blogs. And if she stopped talking, confronting or responding to the blogs, they will leave her alone. Because look how she did Kyle. She went direct at Kyle, accused of Kyle, and Kyle lost his job because of it. And then he had to do a whole nother business. And then she told him again, don't post me. And she would say his name. And that could have put that young man's life in danger, because Cardi have a lot of power and influence.
Like this one Cardi B fan, like me and her, like when I tell you, we literally had like a 1 hour conversation. This was like during my sabbatical. Like, she called me. She's like, I know you're on your sabbatical, but I really need to speak to you. I said, honey, you can't. I said, you need to speak to Cardi B. I said, Cardi B is a Libra like me. Yes. And I think we're the same age, because I believe Cardi's 27. I said, well, Cardi B needs to learn. She needs to learn to ignore. I had to learn that, Wiley. If it wasn't for my boss's wife, I would not be the woman I am today, because I used to react to every little thing. And I told the Cardi B, I'm not going to call out the IG, but she's one of the Cardi B follows this girl. Like, this girl even kind of looks like Cardi B. Okay? Like, I think this is probably the only person who knows what I look like. We had like FaceTime, and she, she's like, I get you. I said, honey, you need to speak to Cardi B. I said, because if not, Cardi B is going to let these blogs, especially Mob Radio, destroy her. Because every time Cardi B reacts to Mob Radio, it gives her power. It gives her legitimacy. I said, that's what you guys are failing to understand. But yeah, I don't want to take up too much time.
All right. Thank you so much, sister, for calling in. All right.
Wiley, you have a blessed day.
Thank you so much. Shout out to the 500 plus viewers in the chat. Okay, people ain't gonna like that we get numbers, and they're gonna try to say, oh, because of this, it's because of that. But anytime they come at me, I'm like, what was the highest number of my competitors? Were they talking about Tasha K? Yes. Okay, then. Case closed. Don't come talking about me when I'm doing the same play out of the same playbook. Don't get mad at Wiley And I don't do all these subliminals. Go somewhere, sit down, put down that cocktail early in the morning, get ready for your travels, or you can go meet a married woman that got a husband and all during the pandemic and all. Don't get me don't get me started. Get to talking. Child. Anonymous, you live on the show.
Wiley,
Yeah, go ahead.
you was a mess, Wiley. You was a mess.
Going to see
But I
somebody's
agree.
wife during a
Yeah.
pandemic.
No,
Going to see somebody's wife.
Right.
Man, man, y'all doing and
Where's the social distance? Where's the
baby,
social distance?
just to get back at Tasha K. I'm here for it. All I know is don't pull up at no IHOP. Y'all better not pull up that location because last time a blogger did it, they showed up. But no, don't do that. But go ahead, Carla.
No, I agree with you because it's so ironic how, they could talk about Tasha, but then if you talk about them now, you don't want to beef. But if I'm not correct, don't Armon get his highest views when he's talking about Tasha K?
Amen. You are 100%.
Wouldn't that mean his channel was built off of the hate and disdain for Tasha?
Absolutely. His highest views are when the Tasha K is in the title.
Yeah, because he just set a record, I believe, yesterday with his highest views, but her name was the main attraction in his headline. So it's kind of ironic for him to say that when you get views or anyone else gets views talking about him, when reality is, not saying she's the only person that he gets his highest views, or Quincy gets his highest views talking about Cardi and Nicki, but Tasha is a blogger. Cardi and Nicki are superstars. Tasha is a blogger just like him. She doesn't even have 1 million followers yet, and he ain't even cracked 100K. So for you to be having her in your headline like she's a superstar, that's already problem to me, because that means that your core audience is built off of disdain for her, not the other way around. Whereas though Tasha never puts you on her main channel. So at this point in the game, you kind of look like you need her to get the big bag. When your bag is running low, you can throw her name in the title to get the big bag. And hey, I'm not mad at it, but it's just like, let's be real. You would never want to make up a relationship or mend a relationship with her because it's too profitable for you to be divisive with her.
That's what I'm saying. That's why you can't call out Wiley for using what is profitable to talk about. This is a hot button topic, but I'm not gonna come at him hard like that because I understand business. But you ain't gonna team up on me, make it seem like that. You're not that important to me to sit down at a table so we build something like that. No, because I have what you have. We on the same platform. We making the same deals. We're doing the same stuff. But what I get last night is that yes, she was the main attraction. But this not the first time. It's been multiple times, countless times her name been in the titles for clicks and views. So you can't get mad when somebody do it to you. The only issue is you can't take Wiley assessment because I'm not going to get low down and dirty and drink a cocktail, smell out. So I can talk about you without not saying a cuss word, not dragging your parents. I can just drag your behavior and you don't like it. You don't like it. But yeah, with Tasha, you get low down and you talk, you cuss out and all that. Y'all go, I'm here for it. But I don't get like that because I don't drink, especially not doing a dad.
Also, I do personally, I have an issue with that. I don't mind them going back and forth with each other, but it does seem to me like, as a black man, I do take offense in this time that we're in where black women don't seem protected. I'm not saying Tasha deserves to be protected because she does a lot of low down, dirty stuff. And sometimes it's karma, but when you hear a black man talking so disgraceful about another black woman, it does get a little bit under my skin because it's like, here it is, where you have the Megan Thee Stallion situation. You have a lot of women saying that they were completely disregarded and disrespected, and we uplift when black men disrespect black women. And it's like embedded in our brains, since rap music and movies. For some reason, we can see a black woman getting beat on the street and walk right past it. And for some reason, when Armon is dragging her for literally filth, saying all types of stuff that you should never say to someone, a woman, it's glorified. And he's not the only one that does it. A lot of people do it. And for some reason, as black women, we glorify it. Like, yeah, get that, get her. This is a man talking to a woman. would you walk on it? If you seen a man addressing a woman like that on the street, would you allow him to do that and not interfere? So to me, it is a little bit of like, okay, I hate this woman so much, I don't even see the wrong in what that man is doing. And I don't think that's cool. I think at some point, okay, this is all entertainment, but it has to be a certain precedent that's set to respect Black women or get to the point where Black women are being, appreciated and valued to the level where we won't go but so low, because there's certain things he couldn't say about certain white bloggers without them canceling. If it was a white woman blogger that he was saying some of them things about, if you notice, he used kitten gloves when he's talking about Kim Kardashian or any white blogger on the internet. He uses kitten gloves. But when it comes to these Black women, he doesn't mind attacking any Black woman that he's not dealing with. Even at a point where he wasn't dealing with Cardi B, he didn't mind dragging her either. But it definitely is a thing about Black women. He didn't mind dragging Megan Thee Stallion. He definitely didn't mind dragging Jaguar Wright the other day. Like, there's just something about Black women that just does not get the same level of respect that other ethnicity of women get. And we glorify when we see Black men drag Black women. I don't know what it is, but it's entertainment. That's what they say. But I don't find it entertaining.
Yeah, I hear your point, but again, it's a wing that does find it very entertaining and it's very profitable. And most of the profit comes from Black women. So
that's what I said.
You're right.
It's
right.
Like Black women like seeing this gift. And I don't know if it's a past because he's a gay man and we kind of somehow look at gay men as being less than men, so they are on the same level as women. That's
part of it.
We shouldn't do that.
But that's part of it. But one thing about it is when he came after Kaya,
his butt and he's acting very feminine.
When he came,
it's like, well, he's not really a man's man.
Right. So when he came after Kaya, though, it switched. When he said something to Kaya and Kaya responded, his audience would take Kaya's side, and he didn't like that. Because it is a reminder, though, that they can be like, no, but she's a Black woman and you went too far. And he tried to say, well, she said this, but a lot of them Black women took Kaya's side. So it kind of like can switch, but yes.
Exactly. It can be, yeah.
Yeah, because but majority of it.
Kaya is the underdog, too.
But she's not an underdog. Kaya is not an underdog. Kaya is national. She gets more press. Like, her audience love her. Like, she's not the underdog. Kaya is just comfortable in what she had, that she don't want to rush it into the stuff that T.S. Madison and Armon Wiggins, the seats that they want to sit in. Kaya declined those seats. She don't want that. She don't want it. Kaya had been getting reality show offers. She said no. Kaya had an opportunity to work with Nicki Minaj for a show. She said no. She declined. She declined a lot of offers.
Yeah, Kaya wants to be self-made. She doesn't want any independent, self-made.
That's what she's.
Get that.
Yeah, that's what she is.
That about her, because she's been in the industry and she knows how slimy it can be when you really have the record labels and all the stuff that they're chasing to get to. They don't know when they get there. It becomes even more snakish and more underhanded, but they'll figure that out when they get there. She's already been there and seen it. That's why she don't want it again. So I respect her decision on wanting to be independent and do things on her own terms, because that comes from experience.
Right.
But, of course, getting back to the Armon and Tasha, they both have issues because, if we want to be 100%, y'all could be so much bigger than what y'all are. Armon, you're not even at 100K yet, and you already have this grandiose personality of thinking that you're the best thing on YouTube. You're not verified on YouTube. You can't be acting like grand and you're not even verified yet.
And don't let them numbers get to your head like that too.
You're not at 1 million yet. You're almost there, but you're not at 1 million. But you're not to that level. Tasha, you need to be focused on being better than those bloggers that are not on the internet. Like, I need Tasha to be the next TMZ. I need for Tasha to be focused on them. Don't be answering to Armon, because it makes it seem like you don't really see where you are. Your competitors is not Armon. Your competitors is TMZ and Shade Room and people who have
able to talk.
That's
right. Come on, facts.
It's not no Armon Wiggins. Answering to Armon makes you kind of look like you really didn't get what you got organically, or something is wrong that you don't understand, that you have surpassed him and he doesn't even deserve a response at this point at all, not even on the backup channel. Because it does make you look a little bit pressed. And you shouldn't feel pressed to someone who hasn't even reached 10% of what you have.
I feel you on that. Thank you, caller. I'm going to go to the next caller. All right. The number, thank you, 646-716-8447, 2466. Caller, you on the air.
Well, I think he does go a little bit too far sometimes.
Yo, speak up in the phone, sister. I know you. Are you up? Did you drink your coffee?
That's what I think. Armon Wiggins goes a little bit too far.
You said Armon Wiggins went a little bit too far? Okay then, sister. All right. And that's what it is. And let me say this, you guys. I have a Scorpio. I'm a Scorpio. I'm more so like I want to be independent. I want to be able to not feel like you can just dictate to me, but I'm very great at working with people. But when it comes to commentary, I give commentary. I don't like to feel restricted, and I say what I want to say. And when it comes to Mr. Wiggins and all of that, we had our own history, and it's a very profitable history because we talk about each other, whether he talked about me subliminal or not. It's very, very profitable. Some would argue, why do you respond to Wiley? He doesn't have what you have. Why do you care? Why do you go to his platform? Why do you try? Why? What's the point? We never met. we never did. So why would you do it? But when you are effective and when you have influence and when people are putting respect on Wiley's name and they be like, well, Wiley said this, Wiley said you doesn't like it. Because I will challenge that idea. I challenge Tasha K. And when Tasha K comes on out of the bushes and when she comes into the chat, when she comes on the show, she always say, oh, Wiley, why this? Why you got your notebook, Wiley? Because I'm going to have my own style. I'm going to have my own opinion. And I'm going to let the audience know what's my opinion. Because people come here and they want to hear what is Wiley's opinion concerning this situation. People have been texting me early this morning saying, hey, what is your opinion on the Verzus battle? What are your opinion on Tasha? And they do it because they want to hear my side. And it's not a problem. I'm not going to dumb myself down when I have influence, when people want to hear my opinion, right? And if you don't like my opinion, if you don't agree with my opinion, you don't have to watch it. But to say, hey, you're building your platform off of me, you're building your platform off of Tasha K. You dog daytime, tea time. The same way you want to bring it up, I can bring it up. You build yours off some good trending news. I'm building that off some good trending news. And so you shouldn't call out Wiley for doing the same thing that you're doing on a consistent basis. We're both talking about those that are trending to get to the next level. Period. It is what it is. Learning about Wiley Show through our mind. We help each other. It's a mutual situation. We never met in person. That's the thing about it. We never met in person. I never met that man. We never been in the same room. We never ever met in person. So for us, so we say all that type of stuff. They be like, did y'all ever meet? No, but the chemistry is there. Even when we get, it's just there. It's just there. When it comes to Tasha K and Armon Wiggins, I wish that they both could do it and move past it, but it's profitable for Tasha, because Tasha, you're at a bigger space, right? But your base, a lot of supporters that some don't really like you, but they'll still watch you. They want a place where they can go and criticize you. That's the same argument that Armon Wiggins is saying about the Wiley Show. So when people can't get to the Armon Wiggins Show to talk about, what they want to talk about because they may get blocked, they'll come over to the Wiley Show. It is what it is because people want to be heard. Now, we don't block people if you give money and we just automatically block you because you said something. No, people criticize this show on a regular basis. But I don't up and just block you because you disagree with me, because it's your job to comment about the show. The issue is with Armon Wiggins and Tasha that they want 100% Sing my praises. Don't call me out, because when you call me out, you have a problem. And it don't work like that. You don't have that much power. People gonna criticize you. It is what it is. You can't stop it. The best thing you can do is continue to be successful. But the more you respond to the situation, the more people gonna talk about you. Let's go to the phone lines. 1922, Carly on the air.
Hey, Wiley, how you doing? I'm driving, so it may be loud.
Okay.
I called in. This is Miss T.
Oh, go ahead, Miss T.
Okay. So I had something to say about the caller who just said something about Tasha K shouldn't spend her time talking to Armon because she should waste her time on TMZ because he's a bigger blogger. Like me, I'm a cosmetologist and barber. And a lot of people, like in my industry, they try to say, oh, I do celebrity hair, I'm a celebrity stylist. But to me, the customers that sit in my chair, those are my stars. Those are the people that pay my bills. So I could care less of how many people know of you. The quality of you speaks more value than the fact that many people know of you. So like for me personally, when I want to hear the shit, and when I want to hear the gossip, I come to the Wiley Show or I come to Tasha K. I don't chime in on the TMZ. So no, she doesn't need to just speak to Armon. She needs to speak to everybody that's in this gossip, celebrity gossip news, because people go to where they want to go when they want to hear what they want to hear. Just because you're popular doesn't mean you're the best. That just means you're popular. You know, some of the meanest kids in school are the most popular, but they're not the best students. You understand?
Right.
So because you're popular, you're known, doesn't mean that you get the best content. You're the best celebrity blogger just because you're a TMZ and you have these people supporting you doesn't mean that you're the best. That doesn't mean that. You know? So, and then to go back, I just chimed in, so I'm kind of late, but I wanted to talk about the Brandy and Monica thing, what I saw last night. I saw a little bit of shade on the thing, and I don't know if y'all already talked about it.
Go ahead,
but did y'all hear when Brandy said, we're only able to play this amount of the music because Monica requested it? Did you hear that?
I did hear that.
Did you hear that shade?
I hear.
She threw that out there as if like, how this whole thing is going. Don't act like we're only playing 20 songs because we can only play 20 songs. Maybe it's because one of them requested that they only play 20 songs. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it was so contrived when they brought in Kamala Harris. It didn't look like she was surprised. It didn't look like they didn't know Kamala was coming on there. It would have been, they were being so fake with each other. They was trying to give us that Erica dude, Jill Scott.
It was very fake. You sense that energy.
But that drama that they have has nothing to do with us defending. That is them, and they showed it that night because they were being so damn fake with each other. Even though I was loving every dinner, I was just
me too.
All the songs was the lit back. I was in the chat. I was everywhere. But they were being very, very, very fake with each other. They don't care for each other, and that has nothing to do with us defending. They do not care for each other. Real talk.
In real life. Because
in real life,
they would be extra fake. Oh, that's one of my favorite songs.
Brandy tried to get Monica to sing with her, to interact with her, because Brandy knows the TV. Brandy knows everybody's watching. Brandy was giving us all of Moesha, baby. She was knowing that the cameras is watching her. I don't like this bitch, but I'm going to give her.
She know how to act.
Okay?
Yes.
But Monica, she's not TV. She's a singer.
Absolutely.
And she's like, nah, I don't like you.
Absolutely. Brandy know how to put on a show and act like I'm cool with you. Because she comes from Hollywood. She's very, very Hollywood with it. Oh, let me write the poems and let me do this. You could just really tell both women went into it. But I'm glad that they knew that we can get this bag. We can get that paper. And I think that was great. But I sensed it when I was watching it. When they hugged each other, when they was talking, and when Brandy was like, come and sing this song with me when Change is gonna come. Monica did not want to sing that. You know, she did.
Because as far as Brandy and Monica is like, if someone was to say, like, if they would have asked me, who you going for? Me, back in the day, I'm 43. So back in the day, I was all on Monica, okay? So if you would have asked me when I was back in the day, I would say, oh, Monica, Monica, Monica. Because at that time, Brandy was trying to be so much of Moesha, she wasn't able to be herself. She wasn't able to show her voice the way she wanted to. You understand?
Absolutely.
As she continued to grow, she was able to not tell the lies about her pregnancy, who her baby daddy was, all that. It was like, we was like, look here, we're not hearing it from Moesha. We're trying to learn Brandy now. Then that's when we were able to hear Brandy's voice at its full potential. Now, Brandy's trying to tell all the people of the world, I'm ready now. No, there's a lot of people who cannot sing better than me. Yes, they probably had some box, but I got the voice now, I'm grown now, and I'm ready now. You know
Yes.
so Brandy was like, look here, you don't need to play what I used to sing. You need to play what I'm singing now.
Come on, and she played it. She played her new music. She played her album. Her album shoot up to #1. She's independent. And Brandy still is conditioned to being that perfect girls next door image. She still plays to that. Like even when Monica was singing her songs about sideline hoe and about a hoe, and Brandy was like, "Oh my gosh, don't say that. Oh no, we really can't say that." You know, Brandy still plays to that good girl image as in her 40s, as a woman that's in her 40s now. She still plays to that persona when she first started off in the industry. And Monica still plays to that persona because it's real. She real. She say what she's gonna say. You know, knocking down doors. You know, she plays to that. But Brandy definitely.
She really will do that today. That's like you said. Hey, look here. I used to knock down doors, but I'm trying not to do it again. Not saying that I will not do it again. And Brandy was still giving that fake energy, talking about, oh, like she don't do it either.
She do it. She just.
White told us that how Brandy's with the shit, with the fake shit. I mean, we all know Brandy's with the fake shit, and we're loving it. I love Brandy. You know what I'm saying? I love Monica. I love them.
I love them all.
I'm glad they were able.
And I purchased her album. Everything. Go ahead, sister.
I'm glad they were able to be bigger, to be better. Like, I wish one day that you and Armon set these damn YouTube streets up and do a little live show in their ass, honey, baby. They will be
living for it. They'll be living for it. But let me say what Brandy, he don't want to do it. I'm ready to do it because I understand the bag. I may not like it, but if we can make a bag, let's get this paper. But you know, he's working with Candace from Daytime Tea Time.
Because what you always say, what you had to learn, because like I tell my cousins, because I put everybody onto the Wiley Show. They'll be like, "What you listen to?" I say, "I'm listening to Wiley."
Thank you.
Okay, so everybody knows in my salon the Wiley Show because they know that's who I'm going to be listening to. You're going to be listening to Wiley. And what you always said when I first started watching you with the snotty nose, that is how I first started. I'm like, why do people with all the snotty nose? Like, let me hear, why is this guy on the internet with looking like, what's that lady from Who Got Away with Murder? The star of Who Got Away with Murder. You know, I think he's crying and not becoming you know what I'm saying? But you know what, Violet? That's what pulled me into you. That authentic, organic, like, I don't give a fuck. And you grew to understand that entertainment sometimes can be very real. Sometimes it can be contrived, but it's to keep the eyes on you. That is what entertainment is about. And you cannot always take it personal.
You can't.
You cannot. And you have to be able to use that. That's why I have my Wiley shirt. That's why I tell people when they're trying to drag you, Wiley don't care nothing about you. You can suck Wiley Manic D. Okay? You, everything that they try to throw. Even that time when I called into your show and I changed my name from Miss T to Miss Fat. So you was like, well, how big are you? And I was like, I'm like 800 pounds. You like, oh, I said, boy, they got to lift me out the house with a crab bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, you're not going to try to pull the fat joke. I just called myself fat, but you're not going to get the biggest fat jokes on me. I'm going to get the biggest fat jokes on me. Okay, bitch. Okay.
I feel you on that.
And I'm here for it.
I ain't gonna hold it up. I gotta run into Food Depot because I'm a fat bitch, and I need to get some food in my house. So
Thank you.
Thanks everybody, D1, Malfi, Open, all the producers, all the people I didn't name. While I love you so much, I gotta go. Ciao.
Thank you. All right. Wow.
90 seconds.
Thank you to all the producers that had called in today. This has been incredible. Like I've seen people all over that have been calling into the Wiley Show. So thank you so much for that. And we're yet growing. I will be out of town this week, and I probably would go, probably not would go. I'm always having debate because I'm like, do I want to go? Do I should go? Blah, blah, blah. We shall see. But I'm just excited for the show and what God has blessed me with a platform and brought all of y'all here for this morning and to watch us in the morning. I've learned not to take stuff personal because whatever you say behind this mic have power. Just like yesterday, we had a lot of people investing. So many people have signed up for Robinhood off this show and investing into the stock market, and that's power. And I didn't really see too many shows in this sector that I'm in, talking about investments, right? And we did that just off of this show, and people were interested, sending me emails, telling me what stock to get in at. And I thank you all for that because I think that was very creative for us to talk about. And we did it because I have it on my board, because I have like a vision board on my whiteboard, and I put like different goals that I have for the show. And I put on there, you will be rich, you will own a house. I put on there the Money Talk Show. I also got on there, review the debate. I got other things on there as well. And we did that. And people were interested into investments. They were actually, I'm talking about, very interested. And then people were showing me like what their portfolios look like. And so we were giving people free game, free education. We didn't sell no course. People actually got in and say, hey, Wiley, this is the stock that I'm in. They said, I didn't even know what a 4-to-1 split was. Like, what is that? What is that with Apple? And we did that. So now I have a couple of shares in Apple. So, I will be going to Chicago. And the only thing about it is, you guys, going home, it's because it was a lot, it was a lot with family. And I haven't physically laid eyes on my mother, I think about maybe 3 to 4 years. I have siblings that I haven't seen close to like 10 years. It's just been that long. And, I do need to go because at first I was going to cancel the trip. And I was like, okay, let me cancel and go to Atlanta because, Atlanta Pride is this week, right? And I was like, okay, let me just go to Atlanta and interview some people. But then just some told me like, you need to go to Chicago. You need to see your family, because it's been a long time. And I haven't seen my mother, like I said, in a while. I haven't seen my grandmother in a long time. It's some people that I haven't seen in a long time. So I'm just excited for that. So I will still be doing shows because there's still going to be stories to be break. And this is where I get my life. I love, talking and expressing myself with it. But then also, too, I would love to see my nieces and nephews and my siblings who I have not seen in a long time. Some nieces and nephews I've never met that I have because I have a big family. It's like 6 of us and everything. And I definitely still want to find out who is my father, still want to close that chapter. So you all have been on that journey with me. And I thank you all for that because y'all are now, I'm like my second family. I talk to some of y'all more than I do my family. So I can't even remember the last time I had an hour conversation with any of my family or a 2-hour conversation. Most times that I have spoken with my mother on the phone, it's like 4 minutes, a 4-minute conversation. On a good day, maybe 5. That's just how strained the relationship have been for a long time. So I'm kind of glad that I'm going to be going and to talk and and see my mom because it's been a long time. It's been a long time. And I do want to have some fun in Chicago and get into some things in Chicago. But no, I have to stay home with family because I did want like a hotel because it's like some people that I do want to see. that I haven't seen in a long time. So I'm just excited for that. And then some told me like, yeah, you gotta go. And my producers, they want me to go, and see how that goes. Tasha K is not making any real money either. Tasha K's channel is not greenlit. Truth be told, wow. And it ain't YouTube, absolutely. Correct. She stooped her stars was about 3 times X. About okay, y'all talking about Tasha K money. Wow. And nobody, like I said, nobody should even have known about Tasha K money. Nobody have shown. Always have a plan B for a comment. Oh, absolutely. Like if things go left, I will just go into a hotel. And thinking I don't want it to go left because I think if it goes left at this time, that'll be it. Like it just will not be build a response. It just will not be, and I hope it can be great. But I will be going to go see my granny because I haven't seen her in a long time. I haven't seen my family in a long time, and that's real. Like this online stuff don't get to me, but like family stuff, I feel like a little teenager just saying it, and I do want to see, and I do want to enjoy my time with my family, and yeah, man. Oh my gosh. Just talking about it, I'm like nervous because I haven't seen these people in a long time and forever. Then and a little story like with Spirit Airlines. I did not know that you have to pay to bring a bag on the plane. I'm like, what? You gotta pay for a carry-on bag at Spirit Airlines. I would have never booked the flight was only like $30-$40 for a round trip, but you have to pay for a flight, for a bag for Spirit Airlines. So I'm like, oh Lord. So let me just go ahead on and crack that out, open it and go. And so I'm like, whoa. We get it. You like them, you been, have opinions. Okay, now y'all going back and forth. I'm excited to go home. Yeah, I'm excited too. I am excited. Nervous too and excited. Told you Spirit was highway robbery. Yeah, so I gotta pay, like literally I gotta pay for a flight. Bag for to and from. So that's like $100 just to travel in my carry-on bag and my laptop bag. I think I could take that one personal bag. So I think my personal bag is my laptop bag, and then like my bag that I put like my clothes stuff. Then I have to pay for that. That's crazy. That's crazy. Get you some Harold chicken or some Chicago hot dog. I will be getting me some Harold chicken. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So I'm excited because then I can like record a video in the park area. Like for the interviews that I have, we'll probably like sit down outside at the park or at a restaurant that have like outside and like talk to like a guest that I have. And we're gonna do that. And I'm just excited. I'm excited to see my family. We do not let another day pass by. We only give one mother and father and siblings. Be open and let the Almighty lead the way. Remember, confrontation is not the goal. Turn it into okay, I feel you on that. Amen. Amen. Let's look at fly when it carries that a lie, carry on bad. Yes. I usually do like Southwest, but I didn't do Southwest. You're not going to travel on Spirit anymore. Your knees are going to be in your chest. Oh my gosh. Script people, I have some more. Oh my God, Missy, y'all is really something. Thank you all so very much. Pray for me for that. For Traveling Mercy. Is it business or is it beef? Make it make sense. I'm reading y'all comments. Y'all are going in these comments. Y'all are going in these comments back and forth. I'm here for it. Definitely here for it.
That's right. Bringing you the best in politics and celebrity gossip. It's the Wiley Show.
Listen to that, okay?
Keep it going.
All right. I will see y'all soon. Y'all have a wonderful, 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 wonderful day today. Okay. Thank you so very much. That got to go. Let me do this conference call really quickly. Whew, always something. And thank y'all for watching those interviews that we did. That was lit. Shout out for that. Thank you so very much. Let me go and close the show out. I will see y'all later. Peace.